Hi, I'm Dr. Mertens and I work at Seminole Premier Dental Practice. We do get quite a few questions about dental implants, so I'm here to answer some of those questions. Basically, what a dental implant is, it's a screw that gets placed into your bone, and then there's some healing time to it. So it does take about 3 to 4 months for the bone to integrate, and then afterwards you will get a crown on top of it, and it's there to replace a missing tooth without needing any work on the adjacent teeth. The reason for a dental implant is tooth loss. So if you are missing a tooth, your other teeth will start shifting if you don't get it replaced. So in those cases, I would recommend a dental implant. One of the advantages for getting an implant is it's replacing your missing teeth without needing any work on your adjacent teeth. Another question I get is what's the process that I would need to go through for getting a dental implant? The first thing you would need to do is call our office so that way we can set up a comprehensive exam for you, which would include taking x-rays, doing a scan on you, possibly doing a cleaning if you're due for one. We would go over some prices for getting the implant done. Once you agree on those prices, we would go ahead and get you scheduled for the surgery. It would probably take about like an hour, maybe 2 hours to place the implants. Then there will be the healing time, which is about 3 to 4 months. If there's any post-op concerns, you would just give us a call so that way we could take a look at it. And then after those 4 months, if everything is healed perfectly, we would go ahead and get you scheduled to get the crown done, which takes about 2 weeks for the crown to come back, and then you're all good to go. One question that I get is what's the process of placing a dental implant? Basically, if we're placing an implant because you need to get a tooth removed, we would extract the tooth first. If the bone is good enough, we would go ahead and place the implant the same day, which would just basically mean drilling the screw into where the tooth came out, and then we would suture everything up and you would heal for 3 to 4 months. Now, if we're placing an implant because you've had a missing tooth in the past, it will be basically the same thing, just not removing a tooth. We would just go ahead and place the implant and then you would heal for 3 to 4 months. Another question I get is when bone grafting will be required to place a dental implant. Bone grafting is required whenever there's not sufficient bone to support the implant. For example, you've had a tooth removed in the past, they didn't place a bone graft. A lot of times the bone isn't dense enough for the implant to really integrate into the bone. In those cases, we would need to place bone graft. Another reason would be when we're extracting a tooth and placing the implant at the same time, a lot of times those roots of the tooth can be bigger than the actual implant. In those cases, we would need to place bone graft to make sure that the implant is able to integrate into the bone. Another question patients ask me is how long it will take to recover from placing a dental implant. I would probably say it will take you a couple of days afterwards. Some patients do experience some sensitivity for about a week, but other than that, you shouldn't feel the dental implant anymore since the gum will heal over it. Usually the lifespan of a dental implant is somewhere around 25 years. Now, sometimes a dental implant can last a little bit longer, depending if you go to all your cleanings. Sometimes it can last even longer. Some patients ask me if dental implants can get cavities. No, dental implants cannot get cavities. However, it is still important to come see your dentist for your regular maintenance cleanings because it is important that we clean the implant itself since bacteria can still get stuck on it. Now, you're not going to get a cavity, but you can lose some bone around the implant otherwise. If you're wondering how you can get an appointment scheduled with us to talk about dental implants, you can just give us a call under 727-289-5034. Or you can go online and schedule an appointment online on our website. That way we can talk about the implants. I hope I was able to answer all your questions about dental implants. If you do have any other questions about it, please give us a call.